welcome to today's video. Those of you that are new to my channel, hi, my name is Maria, and today is really a part 2 of the new Chanel Le Beiges 2021 collection. In my previous video that I will link up above, I featured the eyeshadow palette in Tender. I also featured a couple of the Rouge Coco flash lipsticks that I picked up and wore one of those shades. And I also showed a Chanel product that isn't new but was new to me, and that is the Chanel Fresh Water Tint. So the whole look was just all very soft. So in today's video I'm going to be showing the other Le Beiges Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette. Has a very long name, and this is the one in Intense. And I'm also going to use today the Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream, and this is in Tan Deep Bronze. So in the other video I used the other bronzing cream that I have, and that is a lot lighter. I also have one other bronzing cream that isn't a Chanel one, but I thought I would swatch that as well in case you own the other brand that I have, and you can decide whether or not you want to pick up this new Chanel bronzing cream, as well as the Intense eyeshadow palette that I will show you soon. I also have a Chanel quad in my collection eyeshadow, and that one's called Blurry Green, and on the face of it they do look very similar. So I want to do swatches in comparison with the Chanel Intense. And if you already have the Blurry Green, then you can decide whether you want to pick up this Intense eyeshadow palette, or if you don't have either of them but you're interested in the shadows that have the green shade in it, then you can decide perhaps which one you'd prefer, or you may want to pick up both. I'm going to start off with the bronzing cream first. I have put on foundation, I've put on my concealer. I've only powdered under my eyes at this stage because I want to wait until I've put on this bronzing cream. I also have on my eyeshadow primer, and I've done my eyebrows as well. So this product, just like the other bronzing cream, has 30 grams of product and has a shelf life of 12 months from date of opening. So I haven't taken this out of the packet yet or had a good look at it. And this is the container it comes in, just like the other Chanel bronzer, with the black screw top lid and the Chanel logo in the middle. And it usually, yes, it has a plastic cap with a tab on the product. And here is the cream. So it is very, very dark. I've also got open beside me the original Chanel bronzing cream, so I'll put those side by side, and there is quite a big difference. Now I use this one, the original one, in my first video that I did, that I've already uploaded, and I find this one really good, especially for this time of the year. It's winter here now in New Zealand, and this is quite just a subtle bronze healthy glow look. But I'm really interested to see how this color looks as well. So I'm going to swatch both of these on my hand. And the other bronzing cream that I have in my collection that isn't a Chanel one, it is the NARS Sun-Kissed Bronzing Cream, and this is in the shade Casino. So this is a really dark shade as well. I've used this a few times, and even though it is really dark, I love the look. This blends out really beautifully. So I'll swatch this on my hand as well, or I might swatch them on my arm actually, since it's lighter than the back of my hand, just so you can get a comparison of the shades. So this one is the new Chanel Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream, and this is in Tan Deep Bronze. This is the original Chanel one. And this one here is the NARS Bronzing Cream. The NARS Bronzing Cream is even deeper than this one here. And just like the original Chanel Bronzing Cream, these felt really creamy, just like the name says, going on my arm. I never had any issues with blending out the original Chanel one. and I'm sure there won't be any issues with this either. So I'm going to apply the bronzing cream using the BK Beauty 106 brush. This is the brush I tend to use when putting on a bronzing cream, and I find that it blends out the product really well.
We got a brand new day. Good love is on the way, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
The bronzing cream blended out really, really beautifully. I thought it would. The other Chanel bronzing cream I have does as well, and this was just really effortless to apply, and it really, I love this deeper color. It gives a really gorgeous sun-kissed look. I like the other one too, especially if you're going for an overall lighter look. But today, since I'm using more deeper colors in my eyeshadow, I think overall this will match really well. It looks really, really gorgeous. So now I'm going to just lightly powder over the top, and I'm going to use the Chanel Natural Finish loose powder. And for that, I use the BK Beauty 102 brush, and I'm just going to give a very light dusting. I just want to lightly set my foundation and this cream bronzer, but I don't want the look to be too matte. Now let's take a look at the Beiges Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette. This is the one in Intense. As I said, my previous video, I featured the one in the Colour Story Tender. This is made in France, just like the other bronzing product that I put on. It has a shelf life of 18 months from date of opening. And inside, it has the Chanel Black Velvet type pouch that contains the eyeshadow palette, and the packaging on the outside has the light colored cover with the black size and the Chanel logo in the middle. And inside the palette there is a generous size mirror. It has the 5 shadows. It also has 2 brushes. One is a sponge applicator and the other one is a little brush. I don't tend to use those. And also is a plastic covering. I haven't swatched or touched these at the moment. One of the Chanel eyeshadow quads that I own has, well, on the face of it, it looks to have a very similar color story. And this is the one in blurry green. So I'm going to hold that one up for you as well. And then now I'm going to hold them up side by side so you can take a look. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch the Beiges one on my arm, leaving some quite decent gaps in between. And then I'm going to swatch these colors in between just so we can take a closer look. But I'll hold this one up closer for you as well. And these are the 2 palettes side by side. So these are the shades from the Intense palette, and I swatched from the very top shade and then down, and I swatched from left to right and top to bottom. So these are all the shades now from both palettes. This one is from Blurry Green, and the ones from Blurry Green in the order are from top to bottom, left to right as well. So this one is from Blurry Green, and so is this one. And this one is Blurry Green, and this one down here as well. Now the greens aren't as similar as what I thought they were going to be. The one from Blurry Green tends to be more of a more brighter type of forest green, whereas the ones from the Intense palette tend to have more of a khaki type of a look to them. The other shades here, the shimmer ones, are a little bit similar, although the ones in the Intense palette tend to have more of a bronze sort of golden look. And this shade here is from the Blurry Green palette. And these two here are from the Intense palette. The one in the Blurry Green tends to have more of a goldy look. The one from the Intense palette tends to have more of that bronze type colour. So even though the colour stories between the palettes look fairly similar, I do think this Intense palette has a more sort of earthy type of look to it. So let's get started and put this on and see how it looks. I'm going to take my Rapha number 15 brush and I'm going to start straight away into this dark shade here.
Have you ever been in love? Dove in from high above, and if the answer's no, well then I'd like to get to know you.
And then using the same colour, I'm going to take my Rapha number 3 brush and put that under my lower lash line. And then using my Rapha number 14 brush, I'm going to go into this shade here and just put that on my upper part of my lid here, just through there.
I know these lights are blinding. I will guide us home, 'cause I don't know what I've been
Then I'm going to take the Sonia G Builder 3 brush and go into this shade down here and put that through the inner corner to the middle of my eyelid.
The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia. And I don't know what those men see, but I see you right next to me.
These shadows are blending really, really beautifully, just like the Tender palette that I used yesterday. So I'm going to take the Rapha number 2 brush. I just want to lighten up a little bit more in this area here. So I'm going to go into this lighter shade here. Now I'm going to take my BK Beauty 206 brush and the very top shade here, I just want to put a little bit on the middle of my brow bone. And using that same shade, I'm just going to put a small amount on the inner corner of my eye and see if that gives it a bit of a highlight in there. So I really like the look of this eyeshadow. I've gone in really deep with that first deep colour and it's giving a type of grungy look and I really like it. I love these type of colours. So I'm now going to line my eyes with some eyeliner. If it's grungy, I want to go full on with that. And I'm going to use the Chanel, it's the Long Lasting Eyeliner, and this is in Blackwood. I really like the Chanel eyeliners. I find that they don't transfer during the day and they stay put, which is great with my oily skin, and I'm even a bit more oilier on the top of my eyelids. I've put on mascara and blush as well. The mascara I use is the Chanel Le Volume one. I've used this lots of times now since I purchased it and I really love it. I also use it in the previous video when I used the Tender palette as well. And the blush I used was a Chanel one and this is in the colour Quintessence. It is really pretty. And I am loving this eyeshadow look. I went in quite heavy with the eyeliner, but I think it suits the khaki green and bronze colours. I think it gives a really gorgeous look. So last is lipstick, and I picked up 2 new Chanel Rouge Coco Flash lipsticks in the colours Dawn and the other one in Sunbeam. In the previous video where I used the Chanel Tender palette, I ended up using the shade Dawn, and today I'm going to use the colour Sunbeam. But again, I will swatch them both on the back of my hand so you can take a look at them. So this one is Dawn and this is the colour Sunbeam, and as I said, I'm going to use the Sunbeam colour today. These lipsticks are really, really beautiful. They feel really creamy on and they don't feel sticky at all. So this is the finished look and I absolutely love it. I think this eyeshadow palette, the Intense, is really gorgeous. Has these beautiful earthy khaki colours, and then the bronze just look really beautiful together. The bronzing cream is really beautiful, gives a deeper sort of sun-kissed look and blends like a dream. And between the two eyeshadow palettes that I showed, so the new Intense one and the blurry green, there are differences. So if you haven't got either of them, it really depends what sort of colours you're looking for. This Intense one, as I said, has more khaki, sort of earthy colours and that bronze. The blurry green palette has, even though it's got green as well, they are more, or especially the green, is more of a deep sort of forest colour and has a bit more of a lighter green in it. So you don't get quite this earthy type of khaki look. But both eyeshadow palettes are really, really beautiful. And this one especially, I just think looks really gorgeous. And I have deepened it up with the eyeliner and that just makes it pop even more. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.